Anxiety relief through neuroplasticity and neuroscience, and also how to rewire your brain naturally. I'm going to talk about this. I'm Ilia Trudeau, published author of 8 neuroscience books. If you like, you can order via Amazon. If you like to order. How to rewire your own brain naturally, and what neuroscience says about this. Here we have our brain. This circle represents our brain. Based on neuroscience, we have billions of brain cells in our brain. Here we have brain cells. Okay? And now, in these brain cells, we have data, your own data, or your own programming, mental programming or paradigm. And now, these data in your brain, your brain is operating, functioning based on the data that has been stored here. Look here. Your brain is operating based on the data that is stored here. And these data, some of them they are positive, some of them they are negative, and you know also. Sometimes something triggers some of these brain cells or neuropathways. How they trigger via your 5 senses. Here you have 5 senses. Your 5 senses they take information from your environment and activate or triggers some part of these neuropathways in your brain, and then you start feeling anxious. Why? Firstly, because of using your own 5 senses, and secondly, activating some of those negative stored data in your brain. Therefore, you are anxious. Here is the cause, okay? But how can you rewire your own brain naturally? Simply saying, you must start studying about your mental faculties to know what they are, why you have them, and how can you use them. Here, one of your most powerful mental faculties is your own imagination. Okay? Imagination is really too powerful. Only we human beings we have. Your pet, for example, your dog, your cat, they don't have mental faculties. They only operate by their 5 senses. Okay? But we human beings, we have our inner world, or we have our mental faculties to start closing, let's say, our eyes and imagining what we want. But what is the relationship between imagining, neuroscience, neuroplasticity, and rewiring your brain and anxiety? I'm going here to teach you, show you more. What do I mean exactly? Look, we said this circle represents our brain. Here we have data in our brain. And the data have been developed in the neuropathways. And we said we have imagination here. We have 5 senses. Okay? They can take information via our environment, and here they can trigger some part of those neuropathways. Okay? And then by your own imagination, you have the privilege of rewiring your own brain to overcome anxiety, to have mental health. But I'm going to show you the mechanics here. Let's say you start imagining today about what you want. You start imagining, you imagine here, okay? You imagine something positive. Let's say it is positive. It is positive, it is here, the idea. If you keep imagining what's happening in your brain, look here. Here, you create new brain cell. And one new brain cell. Here, another one. By imagination, you are naturally creating new brain cells in your own brain. Okay? And then And then what will happen? Let's say you imagine every day about what you want, what you want, what you want, what you want, and you are creating strong, embedded neural pathways in your brain. Then what will happen? Look, your brain is working with what? With the stored data that you have inside of that, okay? The brain use the stored data to do what? To steer you in your life, to go this way, to go that way, do this, don't do that, start this business, start that company, write this book, don't write this book, start talking with that man or girl. You know, the brain is functioning and steering you based on the stored data that you have inside of that. And if you imagine about what you want constantly, then your brain has those data, right? And then if you every day, if you keep engaging with this new information, then you are going to create a lot of new brain cells that your brain is going to use and function only based on those data, mostly. And you are not going to use your current negative programming or software that has been installed in your brain. You are going to stop that and you're going to install the new programming or software that you choose. And then your brain is going to operate based on those stored data that you have created by your own imagination. And then you are going to think new thoughts. You will have no more anxiety. Anxiety is finished. Instead of anxiety, you have calmness. You have peace of mind. And beside that, you are going to feel new emotions. You are going to feel calmness, peace of mind, lightness. You are not going to feel anxiety, anxious. Anxiety, in fact, is going to be finished if you understand the power of neuroscience, neuroplasticity, and your own imagination, and how you can create new brain cells, how your brain is going to operate and steer you to that place or to that experience that you have chosen consciously. And that's all, you have neuroscience. The brain is made of neurons. Secondly, neuroplasticity, we can change those brain cells. How can we do that? By using our imagination, one of our mental faculties. And as we do that, we are going to create new stored data in our brain, and the brain is going to use those stored data to do what? To steer you to the place that you have chosen. This is naturally rewiring your brain. But it's up to you to make decision, to determine exactly what you want, to do this, to build a new brain cells. You must do. I only can tell you, that's all. But the person who is going to do is you. But let me also tell you this, because of your current stored data here. Because of your current stored data. The data is going to tell you, oh no, this is nothing, don't do this. It is childish. How imagination can solve your problem. Keep thinking, keep being stuck in anxiety. The current paradigm or memory is going to keep you in your place that you are now. You must take conscious decision to go and make change in your life, because it is your own life and nobody is coming to save you except yourself. That's all. If you love this video, let me know your thoughts. Let me know your questions, what you think, and also if you have any recommendations, please let me know. Share this video with other people and also enjoy. And if you really love to rewire your brain, you can also try to read some of my books. You can also read them a little bit on Amazon for free to know them, because they are really two powerful books and they are designed to help you. Love you all, and be happy and rewire your brain by using your own marvelous imagination. Till the next video, and bye-bye.